Let me ask you something honest before we start. Why do you feel nervous before the ride even begins? Not after a close call, not after a mistake, but standing there, helmet in hand, bike quiet, heart already beating faster than it should. That feeling shows up before the engine even starts. And if you felt it, you're not weak, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. I'm Matthew from Autozium, and if you feel nervous on your bike, watch this before your next ride. Because what I'm about to share isn't about being brave or confident. It's about understanding what's really happening in your head and body. And stay with me, because the real fix usually has nothing to do with riding faster, riding harder, or just pushing through it. Let's start here. Most riders believe nervousness comes from fear. It doesn't. Fear is about danger you can see. Nervousness is about uncertainty you can't control. That difference matters more than most riders realize. When your brain doesn't know what's coming next, it stays alert, tight, ready for something bad, even if nothing bad has happened before. That's why your hands feel tense. That's why your shoulders creep up. That's why your breathing gets shallow. Not because you're scared of crashing, because your brain hasn't found solid ground yet. Here's something important. Nervous riders usually aren't bad riders. They're thoughtful riders, careful riders, riders who think ahead. And that's exactly why this problem sneaks up on them. Let me explain. Before the ride even begins, your mind starts racing forward. Traffic lights, busy roads, cars pulling out, corners you remember feeling awkward in. That one mistake you almost made last time. Your brain tries to solve the entire ride in advance, all of it, at once. That's too much. No human brain relaxes when it's trying to manage everything before it even starts. And this is where the nervous feeling begins, not on the road, but before the road. Now, here's the part most riders miss. Nervousness is not a sign you shouldn't ride. It's a sign your brain is overloaded. And overloaded systems don't calm down by force. They calm down with structure. But most riders never give their brain structure. They just throw themselves into the ride and hope the feeling goes away. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, riders start telling themselves the wrong story. I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I waited too long to start riding. Other people don't feel like this. That story is false. What's actually happening is much simpler and fixable. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you broke a ride into small pieces? Not the route, not the distance, the mental load. Because this is where things start to change. Before you even start the bike, most riders think about the whole ride. Instead, you need to give your brain one job. Just one. Not ride perfectly. Not be confident. Not don't mess up. Something simple. Something small. Something you can actually control. For example, smooth starts, leaving space in traffic, looking farther ahead. Pick one. That's it. Everything else becomes background noise. And here's why this works. Your brain relaxes when it knows what success looks like. If success is be confident, your brain has no idea how to measure that. If success is smooth starts, your brain understands it immediately. Clear goal, clear win. And this changes something subtle but powerful. The ride stops feeling like a test. It starts feeling like a task. And tasks are calmer than tests. Now, here's a loop most riders don't notice. But once you see it, you'll never unsee it. When you feel nervous, you tense your body. When your body tenses, the bike feels unstable. When the bike feels unstable, your nerves spike again. That loop feeds itself, and riders try to break it the wrong way. They tell themselves to calm down. They tell themselves to relax. But telling your body to relax rarely works when your mind is spinning. So instead of fixing fear, you fix the loop. You don't fight the feeling. You interrupt the chain. Here's how that starts. Once you're riding, do a body check, but keep it simple. Hands loose, arms relaxed, breathing steady. If you catch yourself gripping hard, don't judge it. Judgment adds pressure. Just notice it, then soften it a little. Even a small release changes how the bike feels underneath you. And when the bike feels better, your nerves quiet down naturally. Not because you forced confidence, but because your body stopped sending panic signals to your brain. This is important, so let me slow it down. Your body and your mind talk to each other constantly. If your body says, we're tight and ready for impact, your brain listens. If your body says, we're balanced and breathing, your brain listens to that too. Most riders try to calm their mind first, but the body is often the faster switch. Now, let me tell you a short, real story. I worked with a rider named Steve, mid 50s, riding again after a long break. He wasn't reckless. He wasn't inexperienced. He wasn't riding beyond his limits. But every ride started the same way: nervous, tight, second guessing, helmet on, gloves on, bike ready. And yet his chest felt tight before he even rolled out. Nothing bad ever happened on his rides. No close calls, no drops, no scares. But the feeling wouldn't go away. That's the part that bothered him most. So we didn't change his routes. We didn't change his bike. We didn't change his speed. We changed one thing. Before every ride, Steve picked one simple focus. Only one. Sometimes it was smooth throttle. Sometimes it was relaxed arms. Sometimes it was keeping extra space. That was it. No pressure, no performance goals, no today I need to feel confident. Within a few rides, he told me something that stuck with me. The nerves don't control the ride anymore. Notice what he didn't say. He didn't say the nerves vanished. He said they stopped leading. And that difference matters. Because here's the truth most people won't tell you. Nervousness usually doesn't disappear before the ride. It fades during the ride. Not because you push through, but because your brain starts feeling in control again. Control comes from clarity, and clarity comes from narrowing your focus. Now, let me ask you something important. Have you noticed that once you're 10 or 15 minutes into a ride, the nerves often ease up? Most riders have, and they assume it's because they got lucky or survived the start. That's not it. What's actually happening is your brain finally has real information. It's no longer guessing. It's feeling balance. It's feeling grip. It's feeling rhythm. Uncertainty drops. And when uncertainty drops, tension drops with it. So instead of waiting for that moment to arrive by chance, you can guide it there. That's what we're building toward here. But before we go further, there's something else you need to understand. And this is where many riders get stuck. They think nervousness means they need more confidence. Confidence is the wrong target. Confidence is a result. What you need first is structure. And structure doesn't mean rules or pressure. It means giving your brain fewer things to worry about at once. This is why experienced riders look calm, not because they're fearless, because they're focused on fewer things at any given moment. Now, here's the part I want you to sit with. If you feel nervous on your bike, it doesn't mean riding isn't for you. It means your brain wants guidance. And once you give it that, the ride changes, quietly, without drama. Now let's talk about what actually happens after the first few minutes of the ride, because this is where most nervous riders misunderstand their own experience. Many riders think, if I still feel nervous 5 minutes in, something is wrong. But that's not true. Your brain doesn't switch modes instantly. It transitions. And for nervous riders, that transition takes longer. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is still checking for danger. Here's something important most people never hear. Your brain runs on prediction. When you walk, it already knows what's coming. When you drive, it already understands the rhythm. But on a motorcycle, especially if you're new, returning, or rebuilding confidence, your brain is still gathering data. Is this safe? Is this normal? Is this under control? Until it answers those questions, it keeps you alert. That alertness feels like anxiety, but it's actually your brain doing its job. The problem starts when riders misread that signal. They think, I shouldn't feel this way. I need to get rid of this feeling. I must push past it. And that creates pressure. Pressure makes the body tense. Tension makes the bike feel less stable. And that brings the nerves right back. So let's shift the approach. Instead of asking, why am I still nervous? Ask this instead. What information does my brain still need? Because once your brain gets enough proof that things are okay, the nervous feeling fades on its own. Here's how you give it that proof. Not by riding faster, not by forcing confidence, but by creating predictability. Let's break that down in simple terms. Predictability means smooth throttle, smooth braking, clear space around you, simple decisions. Every smooth action tells your brain, this is under control. Every rushed or sudden move tells it, stay alert. That's why nervous riders often feel worse in stop-and-go traffic or busy streets. Too many decisions, too many surprises, too much input. So here's a powerful shift that works for almost everyone. During the ride, narrow your world. You don't need to manage everything. Pick one thing to pay attention to for a few minutes. It could be keeping extra space, smooth clutch control, looking ahead instead of down. Nothing else matters during that time. When your brain focuses on one clear task, it relaxes. When it relaxes, your body follows. When your body relaxes, the bike feels better. And when the bike feels better, the nerves lose their grip. Now let's talk about something most riders never connect to nervousness: breathing. Not in a complicated way, not in a technique way, just awareness. Nervous riders often hold their breath without realizing it, or they breathe shallow and fast. That sends a signal to the brain: something is wrong. So here's a simple check you can do while riding. At a straight stretch or a calm moment, ask yourself, am I breathing normally? If the answer is no, slow it down. Longer exhale. No forcing. That alone can soften the entire ride. Now let me share another short real story. I met a rider named Karen, late 40s, new rider. She loved motorcycles, but before every ride, her stomach felt tight. She thought it meant she wasn't cut out for riding. What we changed was simple. Instead of trying to feel confident, she gave herself a routine. Same gear order, same warm up, same first few streets. That routine created familiarity. Within weeks, the nervous feeling didn't disappear, but it stopped showing up at the start. Why? Because her brain already knew how the ride would begin. And that's a big lesson. Nerves love the unknown. Calm comes from familiarity. That's why random rides feel harder than planned ones. That's why the first mile feels worse than the 10th. That's why returning riders struggle more than daily riders. So if you feel nervous before rides, try this. Make the beginning predictable. Same start, same pace, same mindset. Once the ride settles, you can expand. Now, let's talk about another mistake nervous riders make. And this one is subtle. They rush the ride to get it over with. They think, if I just finish the ride, I'll relax. But rushing keeps the nervous system active. Instead, slow the beginning down. Ride below your comfort limit, not above it. There's no rule that says you must ride at traffic speed immediately. There's no rule that says you must keep up. There's no rule that says calm comes from speed. Calm comes from control, and control comes from giving yourself time. Here's another loop to understand. When you rush, decisions get faster. Inputs get sharper. Tension increases. When you slow down, decisions get clearer, inputs get smoother, tension fades. This is why experienced riders often look relaxed. Not because they're fearless, but because they're not rushed. Now let's bring this to the emotional side. Feeling nervous can mess with your confidence, not just on the bike, but off it. You start wondering, why can't I just enjoy this? What's wrong with me? Other riders don't feel this way. But that comparison is unfair. Many riders you see calm today felt exactly like this once. They just don't talk about it. Confidence on a motorcycle isn't a switch. It's a buildup. It grows quietly, ride by ride, moment by moment, and often it grows after the ride, when your brain reviews what happened. That's why you sometimes feel better after parking than you did while riding. Your brain goes, that went okay, and next time it remembers. So here's a powerful habit to build. After every ride, ask one question. What went right? Not what scared you, not what felt awkward, just one thing that went well. Smooth stop, good space, calm moment. That trains your brain to associate riding with success, not stress. Now let's connect everything. If you feel nervous on your bike, it doesn't mean you're unsafe. It doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't mean you should quit. It means your brain wants clarity, space, and predictability. Give it one simple goal per ride: a relaxed body, a steady pace, familiar starts, and let the calm arrive on its own. Because here's the truth: most riders learn too late. Confidence doesn't come before the ride. It shows up during the ride, when you stop fighting the feeling. So here's the resolution I want to leave you with. You don't need to be fearless to ride. You don't need to eliminate nerves. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to ride in a way that lets your brain feel in control. Do that, and the nervous feeling slowly loses its power. Not all at once, but enough. Ride patient, ride aware, and I'll see you in the next one.